right. Here we are live. I didn't take the full hour to tune my banjo, so it was kind of very banjo-like there. So I'm Andy Davis. I've been asked to be our host today. I really love the Daily Antidote of Song. It's a chance to get a dose of sanity in our wonderful world. I'm here today with a guest from Guelph, Canada. And we're going to meet Jane Lewis in a minute, but first I need to greet you all. And it looks like we've got a lot of regulars here and some new folks. So I'll try to think of a banjo joke while I do a little adjusting here. The current most popular one is, how long does it take to tune a banjo? And the answer is, no one knows. All right, well, that's... So anyway, let's do a little bit of hellos here. I do want to thank Joe for being our tech person today. It's always good to see you here. And we'll get back to Jane in a minute. But right now, I'm going to start off, and let's see if I can do a little bit of singing hellos here. Hello, Kevin. Kevin in D.C. Hello, Susan in Cincinnati, too. Hello, Arlene out in California. Hello to Carolyn and her friend in Boise, Idaho. Hello, Hoda in BC, I say. Hello to Bonnie in Idaho today. Hello to Deborah, good to see a good old friend. Hello, Mama and Papa Curly Top here in Vermont. Hello to Peter. Oh, good to see you, Peter, my neighbor. Hello to Clive in Birmingham, UK. Hello to Luda and Mark in BC. Hello to Jamie in Victoria, BC. Hello to Martha and Sheila down in Florida. Hello to Storm, another friend and neighbor. Hello, Annette, out in California. And Laris visiting in Texas. Hello to Sonia Kaufman, another Vermonter and friend. Hello to Kate in Charlottesville, Virginia. Hello to Kathy. And, Arapaho, Cheyenne country. All right, good to see you here. Another curly top from Vermont, taking up another screen. I love it. Hello to Ruth in Birmingham, UK. Now I'm gonna change my screen. Hello, Antonia, California. Susan in Seattle and Delhi with us now. Hello, Alos. Oh, Al in your truck. Hello to Mabel and Nancy and Kevin. Good to see you, Kevin. Hello to Anne and Linda in Concord, Mass. Hello to Bob and Kathy in Virginia. Hello to Julie in Muskoka, Ontario. Hello to Bronwyn in Victoria, BC. We got a great contingent from British Columbia. Hello to Karen in Oregon, I say. Hello, Amanda and Miles in Michigan. Hello to Linda on Orcas Island. Gaius on Maui and Hindi too. Hello, Gary. Oh, good to see you, Gary. Hello to Carolyn in Washington, D.C. And hello to Isabel and, Samsung. I always love it when Samsung shows up. Whoever you are, welcome. Hello to Carol in Connecticut, I say. Linda in Linda Worcester, or unless it's Linda in Worcester, and I got to change my screen here. Hello to Kate, and I got to find where we are here. Oh yes, this is a real art form. Hello to Kate in Central Florida. And hello to Cliff and Kat in Vermont. And I think we got everyone. LMG, we're glad you're here, and everybody too. It's the Daily Antidote, and I'm glad to be here with you. And I think I got all three screens. Awesome. What a crew today. Does anybody know what number day this is? We are way up in the high numbers. All right, well, it's my pleasure here. I want to make sure people on the live stream feel welcomed, as well as the people here in what we call the room. And it's good to have you here. And I'm going to ask Jane Lewis to unmute so we get her on the screen here.
Hello, hello.
Hello, Jane. We just met moments ago. And Jane, tell us a little bit about where you live. What's your town like up there?
Well, it's a beautiful sunny day here, nice and warm, and it's a long weekend in Canada, so I wasn't sure if we'd have folks, but of course, you guys in the States don't have a long weekend, so you're not all out in your gardens. Yeah, it's beautiful and warm here. I'm just about an hour and a bit west of Toronto, so yeah, Southern Ontario.
Well, it's good to have you. And you've been on the Daily Antidote with your group before.
I
Is
have.
that true?
I think I've done once or twice on my own, but I also sing with Eve Goldberg in a duo called Gathering Sparks. And we have
Oh,
been.
that's awesome. Yeah. Well, there's a few of us will get in the garden today because there's this thing called retirement. Okay, so that is a thing.
I've heard
um,
rumors.
yeah, it's a rumor. Yeah. Anyway, Jane, what have you thought about sharing with us today on the Daily Antidote?
Well, Joe asked for spring songs, and I have a garden song, so I thought I could share that. And so it's perfect weather, I think, to share a garden song. And I'm guessing there might be some other gardeners. I don't know if you want to give a wave if you're if there are gardeners in the room. Oh yeah, well, thank you for being here. I hope you're just taking a lunch break from your digging in your gardens. Um, yeah, I have a garden song, and it has a chorus that you can sing along with. And I will say this is a bit of a special song for me because it's kind of what got me into a music career. I had a partner who was a musician, and I used to sing and jam with him. And I thought that I would never write a song, but this one sort of started bubbling up one day, inspired by some vegetable gardening. I was kind of for the gardeners, you know how there's a special kind of love that you have for your garden and your plants, and I was feeling that and just sort of felt a song coming up, and I wrote this one and performed it at a songwriting workshop that I was actually not attending. I was catering, I was doing the cooking, and they invited me to play a song, and I said, well, I have written one song, and I played it, and people kind of responded well, and it was the beginning of my music career. So that's the story behind it, where it came from. But it was Swiss chard specifically, which isn't very romantic, but I was feeling very caring towards those little plants going in the garden, and really the inspiration was me thinking about how amazing the world would be if we could care for each other in that same way. So that's where the song started. So are we good to go with the song? I think there's lyrics coming in the chat.
You are good to go.
Okay.
And
It's
let's.
called Tend Me Like a Garden, and I will teach you the chorus. So we're in A if you're playing along at home, but the chorus starts on the 5 chord. So chorus melody sounds like this. Tend me like a garden. Love me like the rain. I will give you all that you can harvest till the first frost steals me away. So try singing that. Tend me like a garden. Love me like the rain. I will give you all that you can harvest till the first frost steals me away. Does that give you enough? Do you want one more practice? Oh, you're not on gallery. Hang on, I got to put people on gallery so I don't want to look at myself singing. I want to look at all of you guys singing along. Okay, so give me a wave if you'd like one more practice on the chorus. Okay, we'll do one more, and I'll give you a harmony option as well. So, but I do also teach how to sing harmony by ear, and rule number 1 is learn the melody first, so you know how to follow. So, tend me like a garden. Love me like the rain. I will give you all that you can harvest till the first frost steals me away. So if you are a higher voice, instead of tend me, you can start up here. Tend me like a garden. Love me like the rain. I will give you all that you can harvest till the first frost steals me away. So that's an option for higher voices. And if you're a lower voice, I don't usually sing the low part, so let me see if I can even reach it. Tend me, you'll be down here. Tend me like a garden. That's a low note for me. Love me like the rain. I will give you all that you can harvest. That's that low note for me. Till the first frost steals me away. How's that? I think I can only sing that for you once because my voice doesn't quite go down there. You're at my edge. All right. So we'll start with a verse, and I won't teach that because I think you'll get it, and we do get to sing the song again. So come in, join in on the chorus, and in harmonies, I'd love to hear later if you tried out the harmonies. So. I wish you would tend me like I was a garden. Start me from scratch, babe, right from seed. You can plant me with your bare hands in the springtime and bring me water whenever I have need. Tend me like a garden. Love me like the rain. And I will give you all that you can harvest till the first frost steals me away. Oh, won't you take me into your garden and lie with me on this fertile ground? Oh, I will feed you with my body and bathe you in the sunshine coming down. Tend me like a garden. Love me like the rain. And I will give you all that you can harvest till the first frost steals me away. Oh, I will love you through all of the seasons. I'll weather what the fall and summer bring. I may lie fallow in the winter, but I swear that I'll remember you in spring. Tend me like a garden. first frost steals me away. Tend me, tend me like a garden. Love me like the rain. I will give you all that you can harvest till the first frost steals me away. I swear that I'll remember you. Thank you.
Oh, that was lovely, lovely, Jane. Your
Thank
voice is I find easy to harmonize with, even
you.
electronically here.
Thank you.
Sometimes when people sing, it's easier to harmonize with them than others, and you have just a very easy
Harmonizable.
voice to connect with that way. And
Thank
I
you.
saw a lot of people really getting into that.
I it's a little bit distracting actually because I wanted to when the people are singing I get pulled in and then I forget. Oh yeah, I'm leading the song here, so I can't get too distracted.
Well, that's is there a story or anything about what led you to write this song? I mean, it's perfect for this time of year. It's very earthy. It's very sensual. I mean, you've got some interesting. A
Well,
friend of mine used to talk about not just double entendres in song, but single entendres.
um, well, I mentioned it was inspired by my vegetable garden, and what I'll add to that is I've always enjoyed gardening as sort of a way of getting grounded and just putting your hands in the dirt is such a good way of getting away from all the electronics and work and busyness of life. So I spend time in my garden when I can. And you mentioned retirement. Well, the COVID was for musicians not a great time, but a musician friend of mine said, this is our probably our only chance to see what it's actually going to feel like to be retired because we couldn't work. So I spent a lot of time in my garden in the pandemic, and it was really a life saving therapy to be able to go out there. And I learned a lot about native plants and pollinator gardens. And so I'm trying to actually now, when I have time to be in my garden, I'm trying to put in more native species and getting plants that the bees and birds and everybody, all of our relations can benefit from rather than just the things that look pretty or just grass. So that's kind of my next kick in terms of stewardship of the earth. We can all do a little bit of work in our gardens, even if you have a plant on your balcony. So yeah, I'll add that to the garden discussion.
Well,
Um,
that's a lovely addition. I mean, there's a lot of songs that link love and nature, but yours is it's very real. It brought me right into the garden, but also thinking about people in a really good way. Um, so, do you have anything you want to share? Do you have any performances coming up online or in person, in case anyone's drifting by Guelph, Ontario in the
Yeah, I
next few
don't know
days?
how far people travel, but I have just last week actually finished my online stuff, and I'm hoping to do some of that in the fall again, but maybe not as regularly as I was through the pandemic. So yeah, getting back to live events for sure. I run a women's music weekend event twice a year in Guelph, and we just had our first one a couple of weeks ago. First one in a few years, and it felt so good. I can't tell you to have 40 people standing around singing together, and we're going to be doing it again in September with a couple of special guest instructors, and we're in a beautiful um, Ignatius Retreat Center, so they have organic gardens, and it's a beautiful space to sing in. So
Beautiful. And the world
yeah,
is so ready to get back together in such a way.
already,
So
yeah. And then in the summer, I'm doing for the first time actually. I teach a lot of how to sing harmony by ear, and there's a place in Halliburton School of the Arts that has workshops all summer. So I'm going to be teaching a full week of harmony singing by ear. So folks who are
and I
interested,
think we have a lot of those links in
yes,
your
yeah, yeah.
in the chat. So folks, look into that if you're traveling in Canada, And it looks like probably through your website, if you've got any online performances coming up, they'll be announced there.
Yes,
So,
absolutely.
well, I'm also as host mindful of time. I There's some lovely comments in the chat, and I whenever I do a song here, I always hit save chat, so
Okay.
afterwards I can read through. And I don't know if you know that trick, Jane. You probably do, but
Yes, but I
down
need to
there
remember to do it,
you
which
can
I don't
save
always
that
do.
chat, and sometimes it's nice to go in and then you can even respond to
Yeah.
folks who have questions and stuff. But I think it's time, now that we've sort of heard the song once, we're going to really get even deeper into singing with you. So why don't we sing the song again?
Thank you. All right. I wish you would tend me like I was a garden and start me from scratch, babe, right from seed. You can plant me with your bare hands in the springtime and bring me water whenever I had the need. Tend me like a garden. Love me like the rain. I will give you all that you can harvest till the first frost steals me away. Oh, won't you take me into your garden and lie with me on this fertile ground? Oh, I will feed you with my body and bathe you in the sunshine coming down. Tend me like a garden. Love me like the rain. And I will give you all that you can harvest till the first frost steals me away. Oh, I will love you through all of the seasons, and I'll weather what the fall and summer bring. I may lie fallow in the winter, but I swear that I'll remember you in spring. Tend me like a garden. Love me like the rain. I will give you all that you can harvest till the first frost steals me away. Tend me like a garden. Love me like the rain. I will give you all that you can harvest till the first frost steals me away. I swear that I'll remember you.
Oh,
Thank
beautiful. Thank you.
you.
And great piano accompaniment too. Just that
Thank you.
makes
Simple.
it easy to participate, you know?
Yeah.
It's a lovely gift being able to accompany so supportively. Well, oh,
I wish I
time
could have heard
flies
all the
way too
accompaniment.
fast here. Um, so thank you, Jane. I'm actually going out to rebuild a garden, and I'm just going out with great passion now. We
Wonderful.
had to pull it apart to put in some new plumbing to the street,
Okay.
and now I
Well,
got to put it all back.
I
So, and then
confessed
get the plant after that.
I
And I,
confessed to Joe earlier that I actually just put a nice shirt on, but I have my very dirty gardening pants on underneath
oh, good.
that you can't see.
What's one of your favorite things to grow, Jane? Just so we get a sense of you as a
Um,
gardener.
I actually have been, well, as I mentioned, the native plants are my new thing, but yeah, I'm into flowers right now. I don't have the best yard for vegetables, so I love vegetables, of course, from the garden, but I can't do too much. So I've been focusing on flowers and just loving all the perennials, and yeah, I love it
Fantastic.
all. I love it all.
Okay, well, I think, Jane, if you have some final thing you'd like to say or remind us of, please do, and then we'll get into our goodbyes here for the day. Anything, any closing words, Jane?
Just a big thank you for tuning in today, and to Joe for having me here. And I have a mailing list, and I expect I'll be back here if the Daily Antidote keeps going. So it's really wonderful to sing with everybody from all over. Yeah.
All right. Well, fantastic. Thank you, Jane. So, all right. Uh, I think it's time. All right. So, thank you for those of you that tuned in on our various live streams. And it's good to know there's even more people than are here. That's a good feeling. And for those of you in the room, you get your own goodbye here. So, I'll start off with thank you, Jane, for your song. It made my day, and I'll go on. Thank you to Joe for making it run so smooth. Thank you, Kevin, with your flute. Thank you to Susan and Arlene, too. Thank you to Carolyn and all of your good friends. Thank you to Bonnie and Deborah in Kentucky. Thank you to Mama Pop Curly Top in Vermont. And thank you, Peter, you helped to make my day. Thank you, Luda and Mark in Victoria, and Jamie in Victoria too. Thank you to Martha and Sheila down in Florida. Thank you, neighbor Storm, always good to see ya. Thank you to Arnett and Sonia in Burlington. Thank you to Bob and Curly Tops again in Vermont. Thank you, Ruth in Birmingham, UK, Antonia in California, and Clive in UK. Thank you to Susan and Kathy in Virginia. Thank you to Bob and Julia in Ontario. And thank you to Al. I can see you're on your lunch break, Al. And thank you, Cricket and Linda in Concord. Thank you to Fred and Lynn and Cliff. And thank you, Kat and Linda too. Thank you to Gary and Ann down in Nashville. Thank you to Nancy and Loris visiting Texas. Oh, that's nice to know that when you go on a trip, you can take the Daily Antidote right along with you. Thank you to Hoda out in BC. Thank you to Kathy in Arapahoe in Cheyenne Country. Thank you to Kevin, it's always good you're here. Thank you to Karen, Amanda, and Miles. Yay, Miles. Thank you to Gaia out on Maui. And thank you to Hindi and Carolyn in DC. Thank you, Isabel and Carol in Connecticut. Thanks to Cliff and LMG. Thank you, Amos and Rosalie. Thank you to Jane, all the way out in Texas. And thank you, Bob, who's cooling off, and Bear. And thank you Tussey down in Massachusetts. Thank you to the Daily Antidote for continuing to give us a daily dose of just good connection, music, friendship. Go for